Want to know how I only work about 10 hours a week as a realtor? Let's dive on in. Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Rebecca. I'm a realtor living primarily in Idaho, but I'm also licensed in 3 states, and it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to run my business and market my business and basically just figure out what I was doing as a realtor. And now I'm helping other realtors do the same based on everything that I've learned over the last 3 years. But in today's video, I thought this would be a good topic to talk about. This is something that I was actually talking about the other day with one of my friends who's also an agent in California, and she was asking me about, on average, how many hours a week that I work, and I kind of sat down and thought about it, which is something that I've never really firmly done before, and I realized an average week, I only work probably 8 to 10 hours, if that. Sometimes obviously a little bit more, a little bit less, but I thought that was pretty interesting considering I've been able to build a successful real estate business and I only work about that many hours a week. So I'm gonna sit down and chat with you guys and talk through how I've been able to do that and my best tips for doing that so you can figure out the best way to do it too. And another factor to this, I feel like, is that I am a mom. I have an almost 2-year-old son and another baby on the way. And like I was telling my friend the other day when we were talking, I feel like I worked a lot more before I became a mom. And then just since having kids, you kind of just figure out how to work smarter and not harder, and you eliminate the time wasters and figure out how to really get productive with the time that you have. So I feel like that's just something that intrinsically comes with being a parent, but whether or not you're a parent yet or not, I feel like anyone can do this, and it is a huge, huge help to becoming more productive. So obviously the number one thing that I feel like goes into figuring out how to be more productive is just figuring out a system that works for you. I know as a new realtor, that's hard when you're just figuring out how you want to run your business and figuring out what strategies work for you and how to market your business and everything like that. But honestly, it's just a lot of trial and error, or that's how it was for me. I knew that cold calling and door knocking and things like that were never going to work for me, for one, because it's just not my personality type, but also because I don't have the time to be out there spending hours door knocking or hours a day making calls and getting hung up on. And so I figured out something that worked for me, and that is social media marketing, YouTube marketing, Instagram marketing. All of that is what works for me. So instead of spending hours a day, like I said, cold calling, door knocking, whatever it is that you're doing or that you want to stop doing, instead I spend maybe an hour or two a week or every few weeks batching content, making videos, and then I'm pretty much done for my primary lead gen for that week or for the next few weeks or whatever it is. Of course, that doesn't mean that my daily tasks are done. I'm still working with clients every day. I'm still working with other agents and other vendors and showing up on Instagram and making Instagram content and being on stories and things like that, just kind of showing up and keeping those connections with leads and clients and everything like that. But for the most part, like I said, YouTube is my primary lead gen. And so in an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, if I'm having a really heavy content batching day, I'm able to knock it out. And then the rest of my schedule is pretty much clear to just focus on things as they come up, or things that I have dedicated time to, like email marketing or setting up flows on my website or creating reels and everything like that. That's not quite as, strictly necessary as the other things might be. On top of that, a lot of it is also just figuring out what times I have available to work. Like I said, I have an almost 2-year-old son. He's not in school or daycare or anything, and my husband and I don't have family around to help us. So for the most part, it's pretty much just us and him, and it's on us to watch him. He doesn't go anywhere else. So that kind of complicates things a little bit when it comes to work, but I've just had to figure out how to work around it. And for the most part, that means working during nap time, like right now, or working during the early evening after he's gone to bed and I have a little bit of time to dedicate to working. Or even if something is really, really pressing and I know I have to get it done, I'll just get up early in the morning and do it. Obviously, if you don't have kids, or maybe if you have older kids that are in school, or if you have more help with the kids or whatever it may be, your schedule might look a little bit different, and maybe you can set aside an entire day or two a week where you can just knock out a bunch of your work, or there's different times of day that work for you. But it's just about looking at your schedule and looking at your routine as an individual and as a family, and just determining, okay, these are the best hours that I can work. Here's what I'm going to get done during those times, and just go from there. And finally, either make a list or just kind of keep a mental checklist of everything that has to be done, whether it's during a certain day or during the week, and get all of that done first. Emails and texts and calls and things like that, I know, at least for me, are easier to get done when my son is awake or if I'm out taking a walk with him or out running errands, and so I save those things for later. If there's something really pressing, like filling out contracts or writing up contracts or sending things out that I know I need to focus on, I'll set aside time during nap time or time when my husband has my son, or things like that, where I know I can dedicate some time to doing it and just focus, and where I'm not going to be distracted. So figure out what that looks like for you and the best times for you to get that done, like I said, depending on your schedule, and just run with it. But yeah, honestly, you do not need to be working a 40-hour work week or anything even close like that, in my opinion, to be running a really successful real estate business. Like I said, it really just comes down to figuring out what works for you and to figure out systems and have strategies in place so you don't have to be killing yourself with work every day, and so you can be spending time with your family and with your kids and doing the things that you love. And I feel like that makes everything a million times more worth it. And honestly, share that stuff with your clients too, because for me personally, I know that I've been able to create some amazing connections with leads and clients because they see my personal life, they see me out doing things with my family and enjoying the area that I live in. And it just makes that connection so much stronger and drives them to want to live here and to want to work with me that much more. So yeah, those are my tips for working around 10 hours a week as a realtor and a mom. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to drop them below. Send me an email, connect with me on social media, whatever you want to do. Always happy to help you guys out. If you missed it, my course, the YouTube Marketing for Realtors course, is also on sale. I have a discount code for 50% off in the description box below for you guys. All the links are down there if you want to check it out. But yeah, until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.